At the 26, 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch 50, 24. 50, not left, 24.
To throw is Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
Bailey lining up for the point after.
Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
2nd and 2 at the
2nd and 2. Watson again. This is Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have cut into within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
A 6-yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Cook following the penalty. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brought down at the 39.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 3rd down, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
1st and 10. 39-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. On 1st and 10, Watson going for the deep ball. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jakeem Grant, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. That extra point by Fairbairn up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Pretty entertaining start. 14-all to score on EA Sports.
14-14.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Vikings.
And the running back position just continues to evolve from what I saw as a youngster when you just took the ball from the quarterback and ran as far as you could. Nowadays, you've got to be able to catch the ball as well. And there were 15 running backs last season, partner, that ran for over 1,000 yards, but only 3 had 500 or more receiving yards as well. Leonard Fournette with Jacksonville, Christian McCaffrey, of course, with Carolina, and this guy right here, Dalvin Cook.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, the evidence is once again presented why he was such a top target at LSU. And Justin Jefferson carrying that over to the NFL. He's what a lot of people call a natural pass catcher. What I love about him, his ability to play the ball in the air and at the moment of truth, go up and take it from a defensive back. This guy is smooth.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Cousins now from the 50. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
Kyle Rudolph, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
The kick is good.
And it's up and good.
The score, Vikings 21, Texans 14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. But that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. The first down carry here for Johnson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
Well, their first two drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
On second and 10, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll bring them back within 4. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second and 7, Cousins. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Cousins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
I think he might have been a little bit too focused on turning upfield. He didn't stay in bounds. He caught the ball, but he wanted to catch it and run, get that rack yardage so badly, he forgot to stay in bounds first.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Cousins to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Oh, this is a complete mishit. It's no good. Didn't even get it there. And this score will stay right where it is. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This is just a 24-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This taken in about 4 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Watson. He's got Fuller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Goal at the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kahale Waring, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
Good.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will tie us at 24. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Play fake. Cousins. Escaping the... Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, flying like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of the defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Cook. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Jefferson.
Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far. But a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
To Kyle Rudolph.
I love the durability of Kyle Rudolph. He hasn't missed a game for the Vikings since 2014. Always on the field, always contributed. They keep calling him a dependable target. He can be that and more. And remember, in the overtime win against New Orleans in the playoffs last year, who caught the game-winning touchdown? That guy right there, Kyle Rudolph.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A gain of
the goal for any
16 yards.
offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
He was
in on the stop, Vernon Hargraves.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings 24.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up.
4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter.
31-31.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. The return man is Grant. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. And they'll run with the former All-Pro. This is David Johnson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally, you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Vikings now to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. Second and 10 from the 25. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Throwing, Cousins. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved a first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Texans will take over with a first and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. On first down, it's Watson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
Check 50, check 50. Alert 24. Alert 3.
They'll try to run down some clock with Johnson. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Right there. 54 Mike. I got you.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught at the 10. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. To Johnson again. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score game. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. 37. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Cousins to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl.